Alright, after having to replay this day because I was an idiot, and last time I was going to do this hit retry, not gonna do that this time around. But we are in the exact same position, and the game's not lagging this time around, so hopefully I won't have to pause it with the escape menu midway. So what we have, or the idea of getting rid of this Ordeal of Dusk, is it's a green event. I know what green events, or green dusks are, so we should be safe. We have all the people who aren't going to be fighting up here. Some of these could join the fight if I really wanted them to, but the main reason most of them aren't going to be fighting is because we didn't have enough time to give them all Galaxy Child Pebbles, which increase, or massively increase, health regeneration and sanity regeneration based on his cool-off counter. And when it's at 5, they have a lot of regeneration. So these all have the pebbles. As you can see, they're all very high HP. Some of them aren't. A few of them aren't. I don't know why I gave some of them more health than or why some of them are as low health as they are. But the whole strategy is split up the teams into 2 separate groups that are going to take out the... I'm hoping this is the right event that I'm thinking of. It's a green event that spawns all the other ordeals from the other green events. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out the big spawners first and then go for the smaller ones. I just want to make sure that Absol and I believe it was Michaela are not on the same team. Yes, okay, because they both have pale weapons and I want to split up the pale damage that we're dealing as much as possible. So this team is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I want this team to have the one less person because Absol is stupidly powerful. Let's kick off the event. We've got 10 bullets. Just gotta find where to reach. And there are 4 of them, so... Oh, who's terrified? Why are they terrified? They shouldn't be terrified. We have nothing to fear until they start spawning things. I just wanna make sure... They haven't spawned anything yet. Oh. Here come doubts and understandings. Laverne, you're gonna need that red shield, and these guys take their red shield. Did they kill the thing? It looked like they did. The big boy's down. Okay, that's half of the event taken care of. Let's converge on this one. And then we'll make a final push down here towards the end. This event's easy enough. Okay, now hurry your asses up and... Ooh! You know what? Yeah, keep going for now. Who are you and why are you terrified? Devana? Well, I guess you are a rather low person. Haru, you're gonna just take a step out for a bit. Oh, and he went down at the most perfect time. Okay, team. There's no ordeals up that way. So we're just going down. And it only spawned? Whoa, what happened to this guy? Did this single employee take out a process of understanding? Oh, take out that doubt first. I don't. That couldn't be the case. Whoa, come on, guys. You can ignore the doubt there. Oh, there's two process of understandings right there. Okay, but they annihilate it. Ignore the doubt. The doubt is fine. Okay, this was easy. No deaths. And at dusk is cleared! Hooray! We unlocked so many things by doing that because now we can, do the Sephiroth suppression things. So I might as well continue recording what I'm doing here. Because we're only on day 21. I still got 12 days so I can start recording again for other things. Do I even bother to... I don't think I can actually, do anything else today because the good thing about these Galaxy Child Pebbles is you get massive health regeneration. Bad thing is, if you work on any abnormality that isn't the Child of Galaxy, everyone holding a pebble takes damage and his counter goes down. If his counter hits 0, I'm pretty sure this is the case. Actually, I could just read it. When the counter reaches 0, yeah, employees with the token of friendship will die. And I'm not killing half my department because of a meltdown occurring. I could just do... You know, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do, well, not with old lady. I'm just gonna buff up Eugene and Jacob, the two newest recruits, because they didn't pick up pebbles. And they need their temperance up. So we'll do that until the end of the day. And while that's going on, we'll explore the new facility. We've got quite a few abnormalities. Well, not really quite a few, but just a few abnormalities that weren't around before. We've got the happy teddy bear. Basically, he likes attachment work, but if you send the same person in him 2 times in a row, they will instantly die. You are happy. Not sure if I've shown this one off before, but it basically switches between yes and no up on this little panel here, and the longer you have an employee in there, the faster it switches between yes and no, and if you stop it on yes, your employee gains stats based on how long they were in there. If it stops on no, their stats are lower by that amount, which is why these guys have massive health and stuff. Well, not massive, but more than they should. Because technically these are base characters that I just hired, but they're twice as effective as they would be because of You Must Be Happy. So that's good. Also, if you want to abuse the system and just bring low level characters to super high levels by waiting forever in there, you will be surprised, or not surprised to know, that if any employee gets more than 200 total stat boost, they will instantly die at the end of the day, and there's nothing you can do about it. Punishing Bird, he likes to escape. He escapes whenever you interact with 4 abnormalities, I think it is. We'll just send Eugene into there. Or he has a chance for his quill off counter to decrease whenever you enter another abnormalities containment room. What else? Child of Galaxy, I basically went over him. Bloodbath? I don't know if I've gone over Bloodbath. Basically, don't send people in with low fortitude and temperance. I've lost one person to forgetting that already. Don't touch me. Self-explanatory, do not touch him. Dreaming Current, it's a thing. Basically, just don't fail your works with it, and you'll be fine. And have at least Temperance level 2, I think, is another thing. Bird of Judgment is a WA type. I got his sword and armor, which is probably what won us that Dusk event. Basically, don't do bad work with him. Pretty common. Really like him. You also might notice Bird of Judgment, Punishing Bird, and Big Bird. We're summoning Apocalypse Bird at some point. That's gonna be fun. Just gotta make sure that I'm ready for Apocalypse Bird when he comes out. What else do we got? Scarecrow, Searching for Wisdom. I got him. Yeah, and Porcubus. Don't send people with lower than 3 temperance? No, wait. Yeah, if you send a person with lower than 3 temperance and they get good work, they're instantly killed, the work result's bad. This is wrong, saying that the work result is good, the quill-off counter was reduced. It actually increases it. It's a typo, and I'm not sure if it's ever going to be fixed, because it's apparently been around for a while. What else? We have Therisa Bass. I can't remember if I've gone over her before. Basically, send someone in there. If they're in there for longer than 30 seconds, I think it is, they instantly become insane. But while they're in there, for the first 29 seconds, they heal sanity. Old lady. She'd okay with every work except repression, but if you end working with another abnormality and there isn't someone working with her quill-off counter goes down, and if it's at 0, then this solitude piles up, and that basically the next person that enters her containment will immediately get shot out and start taking white damage, which a white shield perfectly protects them from ever going insane from that. Let's see, is there anything else that I need to discuss about this? Pretty sure we've gone over Shelter from the 27th of March. I'll show off Don't Touch Me more at a later point, but it basically if you touch it, it will do one of 2 things. It will either kill every employee or send them all into insanity. Either way, that forces you to fail the game and forces a retry, and there's nothing you can do. And it also, if you touch its information up here to check its encyclopedia, it doesn't do either of those. Instead, it breaks out every single abnormality and sets all the quill-off counters to 0. Which is fun. That would be a very easy way to summon Apocalypse Bird, although it would cause us to have to fight off Dreaming Current and Child of Galaxy would no longer be a suitable thing. Porcubus would have activated. I don't know what Porcubus is kind of a pain, and so is Scarecrow Searching for Wisdom, so we're not going to do that when we summon Apocalypse Bird. Hell, I don't even know if I'm keeping this in. I probably will. I don't know if this is going to be I almost hit retry there. We're ending the day before I do anything dumb. Control team cleared at dusk. Phew. Only 37 minutes. But that doesn't include the time that I was paused. Oh yeah, skip through the story. I've already read this. Oh boy! This is new! This is new and fun! Please tell me I'm recording. Okay, good, I am. We get more, Malkuth. We'll get more storyline with her. Hello. I'm busy. I still haven't finished even half of what's written in this notebook. I heard extraction experiments would be conducted. Oh wait, I just realized this is where Tiferet had the thing happen to him. I forget what it was called. It's been so long. Please tell me that this is not happening to Malkuth. I saw the list of participants, but I was not able to find my name on it. Well, I mean, there's probably tons of reasons behind it, and maybe I'm not good enough for the experiment yet. But may I join the experiment as well? I learned a lot here. I'm very sure I can help in some way. I won't disappoint you. Hello, manager. It's sad not having enough talent, isn't it? If someone doesn't look back, what does that mean? Does not acknowledge you, does not care about you at all. No need to analyze your action, as a conclusion was already made. Did you ever scrape the floor, writhing in pain? It sounds very painful. But actually, you feel nothing, even when you lose your fingernails. You stare at our lost fingernails, and just before you lose your consciousness, when you feel you're not yourself anymore, then you start to laugh really hard. The fact that she's saying this with a smile on her face worries me greatly. Even though it's not funny at all. And on the ground, someone's shadow looking down, and the feet were seen. Whose feet were those? When the person finally turned around, everything was over. Did you see the fragments of despair from there? Or were you staring at your fingernails on the floor? That is the exact moment I felt helplessness. Without you, I would have never known that feeling. Thank you. Then what about you, manager? Have you ever felt helplessness of not being able to control anything? When uncontrollable things rain down from somewhere that is not my body, that moment of helplessness of not being able to control yourself is an awful feeling. Please, tell me so. I can feel rewarded a bit. Elijah was impatient. Her impatience caused common mistakes. Oh. That was a flashback. So Malkuth is Elijah? I thought Elijah was just an employee talking to Malkuth. But no, that was a flashback to her talking to A. Or maybe Angela? She once went on a long, winding expedition of why she needed to finish the experiment, but she didn't remember. Whenever she said she's not authorized, I could see the strong desire in her eyes. She was obsessed, craving for it. The sound of her footsteps may make others turn around. Cogito was something that was not accessible without her authority. The only thing she could do was to record the change of her subjects. She knew that Cogito was not ready for humans. When I realized what was going on, half of her teeth were gone, and... Kill me. Kill me. Oh, well, these are some fine options here. Well, we don't have much of a choice, do we? Manifestation of Clippa by disruption of Sephiriah. Sephiriah core suppression required. Warning. Are you discovering the scars carved here? Oh, I've discovered plenty of scars, Angela. Manager, there's something I didn't tell you when we first met. The Sephiriahs definitely wanted to meet you. They admired you and followed you. But at the same time, they wanted you to be swallowed up in the resentment and curses. So please, be careful. To be honest, you don't have to pay much attention to it. All I am saying is you can go back to your normal daily routine. It's no big deal for me to cover empty spots if some Sephiriahs go mad. But then you will lose it forever. The seed that can sever the ties. Yes, you feel nothing about this. Try drinking some enkephalin, close your eyes, and open again. I'm glad you're not as weak as the other Sephiriahs. It is important to keep a clear head in any situation. Gabriel, why are you scratching yourself like that? Seeing as we've met yet again, you must have completed your tasks, manager. I'd give you a compliment if I didn't have so much work to do. The information team has a work that they must do on specific periods. You must have realized there are some blanks on the abnormality records. There were a lot of blanks. I'm filling them in. Among the tremendous amount of information we gathered, there are some that are off limits to the employees for security reasons. The names of the employees are one of those informations. All traces of them, what happened to them, their gruesome deaths, their desperate will to live, all of that has been stripped from the records under the pretext of expunging information. I do not know what the criteria are for stripping the records. That is decided by other departments, not us. We only manipulate the information we receive, per ordered. Isn't it funny? What we do is destroy or manipulate information, but somehow we're still called the information team. Whenever I'm introduced as a Sephiriah of the information team, I sometimes feel something bubbling up inside me. Yesod, did you receive the documents to expunge? You will get the employee list soon as well. Don't forget to be reviewed after you finish expunging the documents. Angela, what do you think it means to remember someone's name? Why are you so emotional today? Uh-oh. Maybe names are like marks of an atypical existence to distinguish themselves from others. Someone might have named you Angela, having the same thought. Yesod, if you are too tired, take a break. I knew you would say that. Calling employees with their names is not recommended here. When employees enter the company, each one receives their own identification number. This is to allow the company to identify the minimum necessary information. We have their numbers in our data storage device. Malkuth did not call employees by their name from the beginning. Maybe she's the most ideal Sephiriah among us all. I'm not saying that it's appropriate for Malkuth to take all the pain as well. None of us do. What kind of bad taste is that? To lock us into the metal body and to make us repeat our days endlessly? I'm talking to you. What's with that blank expression? I heard you might be one of our designers. The only thing I could do here is remember a few names of the forgotten employees and despair endlessly, feeling sick of even a single breath of air. Are you having fun watching your guinea pigs? See, I told you the inside has been rotting for a long time. Gabriel was more rational than anyone else. He was unmoved, even after listening to what happened to Elijah. Some said he lacked empathy, but nobody knew he was festering in the inside. Maybe it started happening from long ago, ever since Carmen... The world? Carmen came to the world? I'm assuming that's what that's supposed to be. He slowly became expressionless. He did not allow himself to even have paltry joys. He also could not stand having even a small part of his body being exposed. We made a monster that was not supposed to exist in this world. We came too far to go back. To not let what Elijah did go to vain instead of taking time to grieve. Everyone knew they needed to utilize this result to the fullest. He tried to remain level-headed, but his attempts became an obsession. He started to wear long-sleeve shirts that also covered his neck. Not much later, he started to scratch himself harshly. We suggested that he receive a checkup to see whether he was contaminated or infected, but he refused. Enforce. Health checkups were needed to prevent further damage. Persuasion became compulsion, and compulsion led to the use of physical force. He was tied up for the checkup, but resisted so violently that it was hard for us to watch him. Eventually, it turned out that he was not infected at all. But was it that really fortunate? No, it was not. He didn't get any better. He kept scratching himself so badly, even worse. When I saw him last, he was not cognizant to what anyone said, and his body was covered in scratches. Nobody has seen him since then. Manifestation of Klippa by disruption of Sephiraya. Sephiraya core suppression required. Seems like we're going through a lot of these, so I guess this is gonna be its own video, cause I guess I completed all their missions that enabled core Sephiraya before this, and just completing Malkuth's final mission unlocked all of this. So here we are with, I'm assuming this is gonna be Netzach, or is it gonna be Hod? Who knows? That is it, Hod. A very common side effect when you first take enkephalin. It is like a light hallucination. It will disappear soon after, 2 or 3 times, so don't worry too much. For me, an employee whose face had half melted crawled to me and shook me, asking why I let her die. That was not a hallucination. Then what? Are you saying that dead employees are coming back to life? Unbelievable things happen here, so maybe it is possible for dead employees to come visiting as if nothing happened. It's not for me to say, but you don't look so good. Why don't you skip the meeting today? No, I can't. We have abnormality management training today. They need me. You're really something. I don't think there's another Sephiraya who cares about their employees like you do. Right? Look, Tiffany, I was right. I'm a good person, a good Sephiraya. Hello, employees. Today we are... Are you still playing the good Sephiraya? We will be performing abnormality management training today. How many times do I have to tell you you're only a piece of sad scrap metal putting on a good person act? I wanted everyone to focus here. The abnormalities appearing today should be handled a little differently from other abnormalities. If you hoped that would ease your conscience, that's very selfish. From now, I will explain the method I devised. Listen carefully. At least other Sephirayas admit they're not perfect. Quiet. Oh, sorry. Where were we? Hod, I have a question. Yes, what is it? Do you think this training makes us any different, or makes any difference against that long bird? It seems those who will die are going to die, and those who will live will live. It's better than doing nothing. At least we can prepare something rather than helplessly wait to die. I think it's just luck. We feel more comfortable to just prepare for death, accepting that we will die at any time while working. Just know this. You can't go You can't go to paradise no matter what you do. I'm doing these for all of you, even the counseling campaign I'm doing. Now that you mention it, compulsory counseling campaign is too much. We would rather rest instead. Why is our department the only one which has these programs? It will keep repeating itself. Live with eternal sorrow and remorse in that metal scrap. All of you would be dead by now if I didn't help you. Why aren't you thanking me? Do you want me to get rid of you like Malkuth even before you complain? Don't tell me I'm the bad one here. Are you finally admitting to your awful nature? Tiffany, why are you doing this to me? I'm not Tiffany, look at me. Can you not distinguish your own voice anymore? Yes, you're still having the nightmare. I read Michelle's suicidal article when our experiment was showing some progress. Michelle was the youngest among us. She was a timid and innocent employee. It made her an easy target. Maybe it was her fate to be used as a spy of the alert wing, or of the head. You didn't know it would happen. You never thought it would end us. You would have never believed that situation went worse than your intentions. You probably thought you did what you could do, and in this world, there wasn't any other option. But Carmen was the person who was trying to change this world, the world you gave up to change. If we meet again in hell, will I forgive you then? Crumple the newspaper. Manifestation of clip of by description of Sephiria. Sephiria core suppression required.